One time I was on mushrooms. It was the APE strand, by the way. Good strand of mushrooms. It's a chocolate bar from Canada. Even though there shouldn't be a Canada. No nationalism. And I said to my friend when we were tripping together, I said, if everybody took this strand of mushrooms at the same time across the globe, and 8.1 billion people did it together at the same time, we would never have war again, and everybody would understand that there is only love and coexistence and just being a part of all things, existing with all things. There's no separation, there's no us versus them. You're a part of all things. You are this plant, and this plant is you. You're a part of existence, one with existence. Whenever you're present, you're one with existence. Existence comes in you, comes through you as a vessel, in your speech, in your words, in your art, in your music, in your dance, whatever your craft is. As long as you're not doing it for other people, as long as you're not doing it to impress other people, as long as you're not doing it to enhance yourself, the only way to become existence in that state while being present is to dissolve oneself, to not desire to enhance oneself at all, to not be, say if I was working out, I wouldn't be focusing on being more muscular or being better looking for women. I would just be working out to feel my muscles and to feel my breathing and feel all things around me and be connected to all things around me. And that would be my focal point. To dissolve oneself, to not focus on me, or me getting stronger, or me getting more muscles, or me getting more women, or me being more attractive. None of that stuff. It's only to dissolve the person, to no longer be your person, to no longer be your personality, where there is no you anymore, to forget who you are, to forget what you are, to just be one with all things, existence, creation, in this moment, connected with all things. And in that moment, if you are with a person, you could truly listen to them. In that space, that is the only time you could actually love another individual. When you dissolve who you are, you're no longer you. You're just here with the person. You're gone. You're no longer here. You're just listening to this person, connecting with this person. And in that state, they could feel that. They could feel that sense of connection, that sense of love. And that's when true connection happens. That's when true vulnerability happens. That's when a person could open up and be with you. Because they understand that there is no judgment coming from your side. You don't expect that person to be a certain way. You don't think that person should be a certain way. That person is just one with you in that moment. You're a reflection of them. As long as you could be present and dissolve the self in that state. You're not focusing on who you are. You're not focusing on who that person across from you is or what they should be. You have no expectations from that person whatsoever. You're not comparing yourself to that person. You're not comparing that person to the world. You're just listening to them. You don't want to change them. You don't want to correct them. You don't want to give them advice. You're just here with them. And in that state, you could be a loving being, a listening being. You're dissolved. You're no longer you. And that is the state that all people need to come to in order to heal themselves and heal everything around them. To feel connected to everything around them, to be one with everything around them. You know, sometimes I could perform wind alchemy. I used to be able to do it much more when I was on edibles. If you ever go on my YouTube channels, I'll list them in the comments on the side if you get this far into the video. If you scroll down and you watch some of my edible videos when I'm in the woods talking, sometimes I create wind alchemy. I have this one video that's just called Wind Alchemy. And halfway through the video, like, I start talking about significant people that were connected to creation, and then the wind picked up, and wind alchemy happened. Just as it happens now. How beautiful it is to be connected to all things and be able to create wind alchemy. When I tell that to my family, my nephew believes me because my nephew thinks I have special powers. Or unless he's just joshing with me. My mother thinks I'm insane. She thinks I'm schizophrenic. But that's what most mothers do. Most mothers are like, they'll be the first ones to not believe you. Because they created you. How could you exceed them? Or how could you ever do anything that is impossible? Like wind alchemy. People don't want to hear that you can do wind alchemy. They want to keep you in the human realm. They want to make sure that you remain a human. But once you start talking about how you can do wind alchemy, people are like, oh, no, 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 no. You must be mentally ill. You must be schizophrenic. You must be schizoaffective. You can't do wind alchemy. How do you know that I can't do wind alchemy? How could you be so sure? Maybe it's you that is trapped in this human realm. Maybe it is you that is controlled by humans. For I do not believe in the rules and laws of man, nor should you. You should be clear-minded. You should be clear-minded. Not open-minded, clear-minded. Don't believe anything. Just be with life. Allow yourself to be present and dissolve and be connected to all things. And in that state, the mind will be clear. And then creation will come through. And then you'll understand what life is. You won't be scared of death. You won't be scared of anything.